Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship came to me early at the age of 8 without me even knowing. When I was in the second grade, my father came to me and asked me, did I want to play on a basketball team? I said yes. He wanted to form a basketball team for our elementary school. So he went to the school, let the secretary know, to let the teachers know that he was looking for basketball players. He also informed me that I should do my research, ask around, and see if I could find some basketball players. And I did. The guys that were in my PE class that I played with every day, if I felt like they were pretty good, I would ask them if they wanted to play basketball on our basketball team. We were forming a new basketball team. I also asked guys that were pretty good to ask other kids in other classes to see who were the best basketball players that we had at our elementary school, Hamlet Elementary. So they all asked around, and we came back with a list. I gathered this list. The list had a lot of players on it, probably 15 or 20. So I gathered the list, gave it to my father. My father told me to call the numbers on the list. He was going to make the initial call, and then you call it. So this is back in the 80s, remember? And we all had phones at our house, and so I had to call these individual homes and ask the players, did they want to play? Their names on this list, and we were going to practice and meet at the gym at a certain date at a certain time. And so I did that. Out of all 20 players, we probably had only about 13 actually show up. So our first initial practice, we went around, picked up some of the kids with their parents' permission, and then we went to practice. A couple of kids met us at the gym. We're in the gym practicing. Me, at 8 years old, I'm like, wow, this is really real. I'm actually about to be on a basketball team. How did this come about? It was an idea my father had. I helped execute it. We made phone calls. And magically, we had people in the gym. That was my first taste of entrepreneurship. That team ended up being undefeated for a number of years, from second grade all the way to sixth grade. And we only lost one game. Later on, my next taste of entrepreneurship, my grandfather. When I was about 12 years old, my grandfather came to me and said that he wanted to start a food truck. So he bought a pit, a huge pit, to start selling barbecue. He wanted to sell barbecue sandwiches and ribs and plates. He decided he wanted to sell barbecue at softball games. So me and my grandfather sat on the porch at his house We talked about it for a while. And he said, yeah. He called me Toogie. Yes, Toogie, I'm going to do it. He said, I have to get some license from the county. That brought antennas to my eyes. I asked him, why do you have to get a license? He explained to me that in order to sell food, you have to let the city know. And you have to get a permit. So I remember that this permit was a big deal. And so he went and got the permit. We were so happy. Next, he said we're going to start selling on Saturdays at the softball fields. So we went to a softball field on the north side of Amarillo. Prior to that, he cooked the barbecue days before, getting the pit ready, prepping all the food, getting it all ready so it could be ready the day of the event. We went to the park. He explained to me the day before and the day of how to sell the barbecue. He gave me the prices. He gave me a script to say. He trained me on how to sell it, what to say, and how to reel in the customers. I also was responsible for counting cash. He trusted me at 12 years old. He knew that I was a decent student and I knew how to count money. I was very nervous. My first customer came up. She wanted a hot link sandwich. I said, Pawpaw. She ordered a hot link sandwich. I think the hot link sandwiches at that time were like $3 or $4. I remember I was nervous. The lady gave me a $20 bill. I asked my grandfather. She gave me a 20. He said, I have change. Don't worry about it. So I went in the drawer, put the $4 in, and proceeded to take $16 out because I knew math pretty good for a 12-year-old. The lady seemed kind of skeptical about me actually knowing how to count the money. So she counted the money with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had a $5 bill. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I began to bring the $16 out. She said, no, keep it. She said, that's a tip. I never heard of the word tip. I said, thank you. So I gave her a $15 change back. She got a hot link, and she was happy. I asked my grandfather, what's a tip? He said, a tip is when somebody likes you or they feel like you gave good service and they want to give you extra money. He said, you keep that extra dollar, you earned it. Wow. I just started working. He was already paying me a certain salary and I get an extra $1. I could buy 2 Cokes with that. Really 3 Cokes. I think they were like 25, 35 cents. My first taste of entrepreneurship. Wow.